Title: Terror Central Africa's blazing headline as world's newest hotbed of terrorism. TLDR: Africa's been handed a title it never wanted, world's top terrorism spot. Reportedly, 50% of all terrorism victims in 2022 hailed from sub-Saharan Africa. Experts also note an alarming increase in right-wing extremism globally, while stressing that terrorism is becoming more tech-savvy and decentralized. Now, the big question is, how will the international community respond to tackle this new normal? Boom goes the dynamite. While the United Nations was playing host to the third high-level conference of heads of counter-terrorism agencies, Africa, known more for its diverse culture and wildlife, unexpectedly stole the spotlight. Seems like Africa's the new center stage for terrorist drama, with terrorist groups proliferating faster than the Furious franchise, noted UN Assistant Secretary-General Khaled Kiari. The cause? A perfect storm of political instability, economic woes, porous borders, and social fractures. All of which makes you wonder, how did the situation spiral so badly out of control? From Burkina Faso to Chad and Sudan, the spectre of violence, courtesy of weapons and foreign fighters from Libya, looms large. The fallout from the NATO-backed uprising that toppled and killed dictator Muammar Gaddafi in 2011 is still reverberating across the continent. To add fuel to the fire, fighters from the defeated Islamic State Caliphate in Iraq seem to have chosen North Africa as their new vacation home. West Africa, especially the Maghreb and the Sahel, are turning into terrorism's favorite playground, warned Colonel General Igor Sorokin, Deputy Director of Russia's Federal Security Service. With armed terrorist groups spreading their influence, we're staring at the possibility of ISIS rising from the ashes as an African caliphate. Kind of like a nightmarish phoenix, huh? Africa in the crosshairs. Qatar's special envoy for counterterrorism, Mushik al-Qahtani, who confirmed that half of last year's terrorism victims were in sub-Saharan Africa, argued that counterterrorism efforts should zoom in on the continent. But isn't that a bit like closing the barn door after the horse has bolted? In West Africa, the situation continues to nosedive. The Islamic State seems to be trying to rebrand itself as a political actor, a move akin to casting the big bad wolf as Little Red Riding Hood's grandma in the school play. Unsurprisingly, this is causing sleepless nights for Justin Hustwit, the coordinator of experts monitoring UN sanctions against the Islamic State and Al-Qaeda. But here's where it gets really interesting. Interpol's counter-terrorism director, Gregory Hines, added another dimension to the story. He pointed out that terrorism linked to extreme right-wing ideology saw a 50-fold increase in the past decade, influenced by global events. It's not just an African problem anymore. It's a worldwide pandemic of violence. The road ahead, rocky or smooth ? When it comes to battling terrorism, the victories are bittersweet. Despite the defeat of IS in Iraq and Syria, the deaths and capture of its leaders, and the prevention of large-scale attacks, the international community can't afford to rest on its laurels. As Gregory Logafo, the U.S. State Department's deputy coordinator for counterterrorism, put it,